Got a nice review today aboard an Evil Wreckoning. Got it for free at Fanatik for their demo day. So no cost to the Topo Bros, which is convenient. Talking to the gentleman who set me up, he wanted to put me in the low setting versus the extra low. So I started climbing up. Bike felt weird, kind of dated to me. And I changed it to the extra low setting. And what do you know? All of a sudden it felt great, modern, and I was happy. Safe to say if I owned this bike, I would probably never see the low setting. Just keep it in the extra low. On the climb, suspension feels really great. This bike's actually something really special because it doesn't seem to give me that backseat bob when I go over rollers on climbs. Never seems to kind of squat. I don't know how they achieve that, but very nice. This bike climbs without any fuss, that's for sure. Plenty efficient for me. So this one seems to be a pretty doctor lawyer build. Got top end pike, carbon bars, carbon wheels, the E13 TRS. Got carbon cranks. Frame is obviously carbon. It's quite light. As a big bike, it's definitely the lightest big bike I've ever felt. Really light. But it's also interesting how that doesn't seem to be helping me that much today. I feel some sort of resistance. I don't know if it's me or the tires or what, but I don't feel the weight working for me quite just yet. The Delta system that Dave Weigel made is really fun to look at. I like the idea. Looks like the swing arm pivots right around the front chainring contact point with the chain. So pretty much impossible for actual pedaling forces to compress the suspension. But of course your weight still can. Fine by me. I do feel that the front end stack height is just high. I ride a lot of 650 bikes, so I'm going to be a little bit more picky about that. But I slammed the stem all the way down. I would probably want to go with flat bars, but it feels a little dated to me. Wish that front end were a little lower. Tell you one thing, this thing manuals like a dream. Got all that weight over the rear end and short rear end. Wow. That's like the easiest bike I've ever had to manual. And it's got 29-inch wheels. So how about that? Feel a little weird in that first corner. Oh God. I think it's the front tire. Oh God, yeah. Ugh. Oh, this section's so good too. There we go. Nice. Yeah, this thing's nice and easy to lean over. Feels great on these bumps too. Gotta say, I'm not 100% comfortable on it right away. Something feels a little it's like can't quite get down like I want to. All right, finally to the top. Time to point this thing downhill and see how it rolls. That's a good sign. I'm really surprised I did that on this bike. Woo! Ooh, it's a little bit greasy actually. Wow, these 29ers have loads of grip today. Wow, feels so good. All right, I'm gonna try to take this to the inside. Ooh, oh man, that was a struggle. I feel like I couldn't quite steer it where I wanted it. Yeah, I don't know, the brakes are great though with these big wheels. Tires are hooking up. Woo! Woo! Definitely, gosh. For me, it's just not quite as inspiring as not as confidence inspiring as the Sentinel or the Patrol. Those are kind of my reference point, but still can mow over stuff, and it's got this really nice plush feel to it. Yeah, this thing is really nice in the ultra steeps for braking. Not 100% sure why that is, but it's really hooking up. It's just like I can bring it to a halt exactly when I want. And the suspension feels just really dialed, especially for a demo bike setup. I'm not getting bucked from the rebound. I'm not bottoming out whatsoever, but it is pretty supple off the top as well. Yeah, I feel like you just need a little bit more room to set up with this beast. Woo. So easy to get air with it though. Woo. Yeah, it feels really good in the air too. Just such a freaking light bike. Woo. But for me, this is one of those 29ers that is gonna take a little bit of work to get used to. Yeah, like it's not a bike that feels immediately intuitive to me out of the box. It's been decently predictable, and I kind of hit everything that I usually would, but to be honest, from my position, there's a little bit more wagon wheeling going on. I don't know why that is. I can't quite put my finger on it. I was kind of tweaking the bike all day. But I guess my final thoughts, this thing's definitely a ripper. It's got the paving factor. The straight line speed feels really good. To me, it felt a hair twitchy, and definitely could be my fault. This is my first day on the bike, but it did feel just a little twitchy. My point of reference, as I said, I've ridden Specialized Enduros for a few years. I've had 2 transition patrols. I've ridden the new Sentinel. Love that. So maybe my body's just used to the new transition Geo, and this is just slightly different. But I definitely started to like the bike a lot more when I put it in the extra low setting. I feel like the stack height has been getting to me all day with ferns and whatever. It's like I just feel like it's kind of hard to put the bars, get the bars to drop or something. Just kind of like a 29er feel to it. I really expected to just absolutely adore this bike. I think they look so cool. And the brakes and the kit was incredible. It was so light. I felt like the pedaling position could be improved on in the future. Seat angle could be steeper somehow. I tried both the low and extra low, and both felt like the seat could be a little bit more over the rear. This thing is a absolute wheelie machine. The rear end is so short, so that's a really fun feel. It was really easy to pull the front end up, no struggle at all. The Delta system is really dialed. That progressive feel, it just feels right. I never got bucked today like you might with some super progressive bikes. It just felt like it was working with me all day. I have zero complaints. I think the rear suspension on these is probably the best part. But as far as who this bike is for, obviously you got to be able to afford it. And then somebody who's like, I would say, putting weight as one of their highest priorities on their big enduro bike, because this thing is just super light. If you like that feeling of an incredibly light bike in the air, this is going to work for you.